Hey guys, so today we have a new functionality in Manychat that we've been waiting for a really long time, and we're very excited to be able to start using this, right? And it's the ability to process audios, images, and videos sent on WhatsApp out of the blue, right? On default reply, okay? So before, what we had was if our user would send a video, a message, or an audio, it would trigger the default reply, but we would not get any content. So we could not automate what was happening. We had no idea what was going on, and we just couldn't do anything. We could trigger the default reply, but we had no contents on the image or the voice message that they sent, and it would just be lost, right? And we couldn't process with AI or do anything with it. Now, with this new update, we can actually get the information and we can process it with AI, and then have our AI keep doing stuff and doing more things there, right? So let me show you. I have a very simple here default reply. This is disconnect for now, don't look at it. The only thing I'm doing here is I am printing back whatever I get on my last text input, okay? Very simple. So if I come to my Manychat account, it's here, and I say hello, just say here, hello world, you will see that it will reply back to me with the hello world. Now here's the cool thing. If I come here and I send a message, let's do Mario here. There we go. Before, we would only get the image the way we are getting it here once it uploads, right? Just the image. But now we're also getting this. This is the URL that we can get on a variable and that we can process, right? The same thing for audio messages. So let me just test this. Hey, this is Gus testing an audio message. So you will see that we'll get both the audio message like we used to, plus the URL to the audio message so I can play it and process it. Hey, this is Gus testing an audio. All right, cool. So that's the functionality. That's the basics of it. Let's see what we can do and how we can make use of it, right? So we have a template, we call it Manychat Vision AI, where you install the template, and with a simple custom field, you can have Manychat processing images. This is the template here. You can buy this template if you want, but it's basically doing an OpenAI request with the image, with some commands, and giving us a response for whatever command that we have, okay? We're gonna use this here to process this image, okay? It's basically an OpenAI request with a URL where the content of the image is, all right? And we have here, this is set on an image prompt. We have here a very simple image prompt, which is describe the image. That's it, right? Something very simple, very straightforward to test with. I'm just gonna connect this here to the whole rest of the thing, and let me explain to you what we're doing here. So first of all, for testing purposes, I'm gonna just keep replying with last text input, just to make sure that it's working, that I get it. Then I'm gonna set a custom field with that same value of the last text input, and I'm gonna check if that custom field contains the words JPEG and begins with HTTPS, because if you look at this, you will see that an image here, it contains JPEG and it begins with HTTPS, all right? With this, I can make a pretty certain that you sent me an image. So I'm saying, okay, you sent me an image, let's process it, right? If I send something else, I'm just gonna say, you sent me something else. Now this template here, it works like this. We send the URL to process, for the image to process in the image URL user field. So let me just use the other one here. So there you go, last text input. Let's use this one. Yeah, just for consistency, let's use the user field that I'm using, right? So this, our template here, the AI Vision template, it will get the image on this user field, the image URL, and it will give us the response on this here image result. And basically, it will process the image with this content here, this prompt that we give them. Okay, so that's basically what we have here. I'm gonna update this and let's do some tests. So first of all, let's just do a text, right? Hey there, just try this with a text message, and we'll see that it's gonna reply back to me and then say, hey, you sent me something else. Same thing if I do the audio message. Hey, Gus here, that's your audio message again. It's gonna reply to me with the the message with the URL, and then it's gonna say, you sent me something else, right? There you go. Now let's do an image, and for this I'm gonna do an image of my computer. And this here I'm just sending messages on WhatsApp, right? I have a conversation with my WhatsApp bot, and I'm just sending messages from it, right? So I have the image, I have the URL, I have the OpenAI requests triggering, so you sent me an image, give me a moment where I look at it, and we have a description. The image shows a computer screen displaying a live chat interface from Manychat. On the left side, there's a list of conversations, blah, 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 yada, 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 right? Now, this is a very, very simple way to do it, and the way we have it set up right here is not functional at all. But this here, instead of just replying it back to us the way we have here, this here is where you would get your AI to do other things, right? So you could generate a reply. You could upload it to your system with a description. And where it gets interesting is here on the AI processing part, that you can ask it to do more things, all right? So for example, let's do this. Instead of describe the image, let's do this. Determine if there is a computer in the image. If there is, reply with the computer branch. If there isn't, reply with no computer. If you can't determine the brand, reply with, let's call it generic. All right, something like this. All right, so let's test it again. Now I have something that will not only process the image, but it will detect the computer brand. So let's do this. Let's put my computer here, and let's see what happens. There we go, processing the image. Now it's processing the image, right? Very quickly, very fast. So it says Apple. Let's mess around with it, right? So I have here on this side, I have a Samsung monitor running iOS. Let's see what it does. Maybe it says generic. Maybe it detects the operating system, but I'm asking for the computer brand, right? So will it say Samsung? Will it say generic? Probably generic. That's my bet. Samsung. All right, put Samsung there. Now, there are another use case, for example, credit cards, documents, right? Let's change this. Let's do this and change it and detect the card branch. Reply with Amex, Master, or Visa if there's Visa or other. There you go. If there's no card, no card. Okay. There's an extra space there that I remove somewhere. If there's no card, there we go. Reply with no card. Cool. Now let's try this, right? I have this here. Let's play around and try with my card. There we go. Send an image of the card. Luckily, I have a card that do not have all the details on the front, so I can just send this and I don't have to send the back, right? So there it is. It's my business card. We can see the brand here. It's a MasterCard. Let's see if it detects it, right? Now this opens up a bunch of possibilities, right? We have a lot of clients, a lot of cases where people are sending payment tickets, or they're sending images of contracts or images of sign-up forms, right? We can make this prompt a lot more complex. We can have the prompt replying with JSON content and have it parse a bunch of things, right? We could have, for example, an automated ticketing expense control system where I just take a picture of the expense of the ticket that I have, and I'll parse all the information and put that up to a Google Sheet and just automate all that. So the possibilities are endless here, and now we can process with AI and do a bunch of things, right? We are this year can also do audio. For audio, we need a little bit of more complex setup where we need something external like make.com to process it. But that's the next thing that we are going to try. And yeah, this is one of those functionalities that we have been waiting for, and that one of the most asked by far, right? So pretty cool to have it now. Pretty nice to have it. We are going to be installing this with our clients, and if you have a use case, if you want to take a look at this, feel free to contact me on the best way to set this up. We can set up the whole automation for you, or we can just help you and advise you on what's the best setup, what's the best way to integrate this into your current workflow, into your current Manychat bots. It is a very, very, very powerful new feature that lets us do a lot more, and it was like the missing piece that we had with WhatsApp, because I don't know, for some reason people in WhatsApp just love to send audio messages, and they might just out of the blue, right? People prefer to send audios rather than typing. So yeah, very excited about this. If you need help setting this up, get in touch with me, or my team can help you. We can set it up. We've done this for clients in other channels, and yeah, we know how this works, and all the error handling that you need to make this work properly. All right, so hope you like this video. Love to see how you're putting this to use, and yeah, we'll be in touch. Cheers.